Hello guys, welcome back. My name is Lone Vic, and today in front of me there is a mysterious black box with a blue L on the top. Now, in recent times I've been reviewing and doing how to play videos of the newest games that arrived from Kickstarter because there were quite a lot of deliveries being made recently. But this time I'm going back a bit, rewinding the time to get back to one of my favorite games with polyomino elements, or like the Tetris shaped elements, and this is Project L. This is the master box for Project L, so it contains a lot of goodness inside, and in this video you will find out how to set up and play a multiplayer game together with a few expansions that are also inside this box. If you like the video, if you would like to support this channel and what I'm doing here, you know where the like button is. There is always a subscribe and notification bell to be clicked, and you can also leave a trace in the comments to tell me whether you like the video, whether you like the game that is being discussed, or maybe you have some questions that could be answered. And for now, let's take a look at how to set up Project L. Okay, so in order to set up Project L, you don't really need that much room or that much space, because this is not a huge game. So let's go through this one by one. You need the tray that, in the case of the Kickstarter Master Box Edition, is a nice game trays insert with all of those polyomino different colored type elements. So you place it somewhere on the board. If you don't have this tray, then you just place the polyominoes somewhere to create a reserve. You take all the white puzzle cards that you have in the box, and I have quite a lot of them in the master box, so I won't be taking out all of them. You shuffle them, let's say that they are shuffled, and you place them in a stack on the table. Now, additionally, in the box, you will have black puzzle cards as well. You shuffle those, and based on the number of players playing the game, you give out 12 black puzzle cards if this is a two-player game, 14 for a three-player game, and 16 for a four-player game. So I'm setting up a two-player game, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And you put them in a lower stack. Then you uncover 4 puzzles from each stack to form a line, like so. Those are the black ones, and here we have the white ones. There we go. You need to hand each player a player mat, keeping in mind that there should be one marked with the first player symbol so that we know who the first player is. Each player also takes the 2 pieces that are here in the corner of the player mat as the ones that they will be starting with. So 1 level 1 piece and 1 level 2 piece. And now you are basically ready to play a standard game of Project L. A standard gameplay is divided into rounds, and the game ends when all the black tiles from this stack run out. So once this stack is emptied, you are triggering the end game. And as soon as the end of the game is triggered, any black puzzles that are taken from this row are not replaced, because you don't have anything to replace them with, and also each player may only take a maximum of 1 black puzzle during their turn, and then once you finish the current turn, you play 1 more final lap, and then you do something called the finishing touches and the final scoring, and we'll get back to this in a moment. Let's talk about the gameplay itself. So on your turn, you perform 3 actions, and you have a list of actions on your player board, and in a standard game we have those 5 white actions to choose from, and you can do any of those actions apart from one exception, which I'll be talking about as many times as you want within those 3 actions. So one action is take. Taking any puzzle from any row. So if one of your free actions you perform is take, you basically take one puzzle and you add it, I will move it a bit up, above your player mat. Each player can have 4 puzzles above their player mat. As you can see, the space is here. And so I've added one over here, and then you refill the row. So this was my first action out of the 3. The second action that you can do is recycle. Recycling means that you clean up a whole row, whether black or white, you put it in any order you want to the bottom of the pile, and you uncover 4 new cards. Upgrade means that you can exchange any of the polyominoes, any of the pieces you have, to a different one from the same level, or to a higher or a lower level. So I could exchange this green one for either an orange or a blue one. So for example, this green could be exchanged to this blue in this case as an action. And the 4th action is place. And placing means that you can take one of your pieces and place it to any of your puzzles that you have. So now, if we review, I have made one take action because I've taken one puzzle. I haven't done any recycling. I did an upgrade action, so that's 2 moves, and my 3rd move for my turn would be placement. And I would place this piece here, thus completing this puzzle. Now, anytime you complete a puzzle, you will get this puzzle's victory points for the end of the game, and you will get the puzzle that's mentioned here into your collection. So I'm getting this green one here, I'm emptying the puzzle, thus the piece is returning, and I flip this upside down and place it in my victory pile. Now you can also play with your victory pile puzzles face up so that everybody can see how many points you have for some tactical planning and advantages, but the standard option is face down. So those would be my 3 actions for a round, for example. Now the 5th action that you can do is called a master action, and this is the only one that can be taken once per player turn. And in a master action, you are able to place one piece in every puzzle you have above your board. So if I had 3 pieces over here, I would be able to place 1 piece, 1 and 1 per each puzzle that I want. And that's basically it. And this game is played and played and played in this way until the black stack is emptied, and then we are triggering the end of the game, like I said. So then we do complete the round, we make one more final round, and then there are the finishing touches. In the finishing touches, after the final round ends, each player may place any number of pieces from their supply into the puzzles that they still have incomplete, and for each piece placed this way, you get 1 point deduced from your final score. And you have to perform all of your finishing touches without completing any of the puzzles, so you won't get any new pieces or you won't empty any of the puzzles like this. So this is basically to complete as many puzzles as you can from the ones that are remaining, and then after you've finished your finishing touches, you know how many negative points you have, you put all the completed puzzles here and the incomplete will be left here, and you move on to the final scoring. In the final scoring, you total all the puzzles in your victory pile for the points that are in the upper left corner, you deduce points for incomplete puzzles that are still left above your board in the value of the puzzle. So for example, if this one was incomplete, I would get -4 points. And you deduce 1 point for each puzzle placed in the finishing touches round. Player with the most points wins. In the case of a tie, the player who has completed the most puzzles wins, and if there is still a tie, the leftover pieces are the tie breaker. And that's basically it, guys. Those are the basic rules and the play for Project L in the standard version. Now we can move on to expanding this game a bit, as I will explain to you how the game changes when we are adding the ghost pieces. So the ghost piece expansion adds some new puzzles to the stacks and some new black polyominoes to our mix. And those black polyominoes can be obtained in only two ways. Now, either you can get them as a reward for completing a puzzle. So for example, completing this puzzle, as you can see, doesn't give you victory points, but it gets you this ghost piece polyomino. Or sometimes you can get a reward of a red upgrade arrow, which means that this reward can be used to upgrade any of your polyominoes one level higher, and this is the only option to upgrade the level 4 polyominoes to the ghost pieces. You can't do it using a normal upgrade action. Only this red arrow symbol allows you to go to the 5th level on your player mat. So those are the two ways to get those ghost tiles. And now those ghost polyominoes, if you have one, can be used obviously to fill in a puzzle that you have, right? Because they can work like this, but also as one of your free actions, you can take the ghost action right now. And the ghost action means that you return your polyomino, the ghost piece, from your reserve back to the supply, and you replace it with any combination of normal polyominoes that have the same final shape as the ghost returned. So you basically can split the ghost into some more polyominoes that you can then use in your later movements. And this is one of the expansions of this game. So final scoring doesn't change, nothing else changes, but those ghost pieces allow you to manipulate the game and the pieces that you have way more. Now, the next thing, or the last thing that we will talk about, is the Finesse Expansion. And for this, we need to go back to the setup of the game, because there are a few changes when it comes to the setup. Now, you do everything as planned with setting up the tiles and the player boards and everything, but what you also need for the Finesse game is a stack of coins or credits that are supplied with the Finesse Expansion, and you also have to take the Finesse tiles that are provided. And the Finesse tiles are provided in 3 groups, A, B, and C. Now, you go about this like this. You randomly select 2 tiles from the A group, 2 tiles from the B group, and 6 tiles from the C group, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you return all the rest of them to the box. You give this stack a good shuffling, and then going from the top, you place the first 2 tiles face down under the stacks of not uncovered puzzles, and then you start placing the rest of those face up under the respective puzzle columns, like you can see here. So we will have 8 uncovered Finesse tiles and 2 covered Finesse tiles. And now the game changes a bit, because first the end game trigger can change. Now, ending the game can be triggered by emptying the stack of black puzzles, as I've mentioned before, or by clearing out all of those tiles. Once the last Finesse tile is used up, the game ends immediately and you don't do an additional round, you go to the finishing touches automatically. During the game, you progress as normal throughout the game, and once, when all players make their turn or make their move and you're back to the first player, you take down or you remove the leftmost Finesse tile, and then you play in a full circle again, and once we're back to the first player, you remove the next tile, and now this first uncovered tile is active, which means that you will be able to trigger this bonus. And the bonuses are in 2 colors. This pink bonus means that every single time you trigger this effect, you get 1 coin. And this bonus means that at the end of all your free actions, you resolve this bonus and see whether you got the coins or not. All of those bonuses are very well explained in the rulebook that's attached to the expansion, so I won't be going into all the details, but for example, this one means that whenever you are using any of these 3 pieces, so the blue, the pink or the purple one, into a puzzle, whenever you place any of those into a puzzle, you get 1 coin. So right now I don't have any, so oh well. But all the collected coins from those effects go to the left side of your player board, and once you have finished your move for the turn, all your moves, they go into your supply. And once those credits are in your supply, you can use them for the last action or the last option that you have on your player mat. You can return 2 credits from your supply to immediately take 1 extra action above the 3 that you have during a normal turn. So you can basically purchase extra actions for 2 credits each. And once every player had their turn and activated this pink finesse tile as many times as they could, the tile is removed, obviously, and then in the next turn, this is the tile that's going to be in effect, and this one means that after you make all your moves, you get 1 coin for every unfinished puzzle that you have above your board, so at the end of your turn. And then this one is taken off, and so forth and so on. And when the last one is taken off, so after 10 rounds basically, the game will end even if this stack isn't emptied yet. And the last difference that is for the scoring this time is that once you are doing the finishing touches and you want to place all of your remaining pieces from the supply into your incompleted puzzles, you don't have to lose victory points if you don't want to, because you can pay for each of those puzzles with 1 coin that you have left over in the supply instead of losing 1 point. And well, that's basically it. I have nothing else to say about Finesse right now because those are all the rules for the normal game, for the Ghost Pieces expansion, and also for the Finesse expansion. I hope that this clarified a bit how this game runs and how this game looks like. I love it, to be honest, as a puzzle game that I can play with my group, and it's very quick to set up and very quick to tear down, and it has a lot of options. I will be posting a review of this game soon because I already know as much as I want about it, so it won't be very difficult to prepare a video for this. And I will also be placing a solo playthrough of Finesse with the explanation of the solo rules on my channel in the near future as well, once I have some time, and I'm very happy to get back to this game once again. Thank you for watching this video. Like I said, if you have any questions about the rules or if you have any comments, you can leave them in the comment section below the video. You can also click the like, hit the subscribe and ring the notification bell if you want to show some support to the channel and help me grow this channel and what I'm doing here. And for now, thank you very much for watching. My name was Lone Vic. This was Project L, the Master Box, the Ghost Piece expansion, and the Finesse expansion. See you in another video of mine here on the channel. For now, have a great day and bye-bye!